Welcome to another episode of the Nintendo Powercast. I am one of your four hosts, N64, Josh Crawler. What is going on?
Hey, how's it going? Crawler coming at you.
Johnny, how are you?
What's up?
And Cheesy.
What's going on, cheese curds?
Guys, I'm so glad to be back and chatting with you guys about Nintendo. It is like the highlight of my week, getting to hang with you guys. So before we jump into this, guys, you gotta go check out Communication Error on all the podcast players, YouTube, TikTok, all the places. Give them all the follows. And
be like Gamefly, follow him.
Yeah. Be like Gamefly.
We are 3 subscribers away from 100 subscribers on YouTube. So
there you go.
That's taken way too long. We've told you people for the last 3 weeks to go do that. So go do that.
Oh, God.
We'll get there.
That's at Nightcrawler724, crawler without the E. If you want to tweet at him, feel free. But make sure to go give him a follow. And of course, you can jump into the Discord, n64josh.com/Discord. We've got the Players Pulse happening. The question is the one I never got to the one last week, so people are answering it now. What Joy-Cons do you guys want to see? So you can leave your comments there. And before we go any further, Crawler, where can people connect with you?
The best spots are TikTok and Twitter, Nightcrawler724, Nightcrawlers without the E. Still working on getting that clean Instagram and Threads stuff set up. So not yet, but it's coming. Working on it.
Gotcha. And Johnny, how about you?
I'm Johnny Bo everywhere. Twitter, Twitch, YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, Threads, even though it's dead already, and the Communication Error podcast.
They just got to work on their UI to be able to swap stuff, right?
They got to let me see my notifications. That's what they got to do.
Okay.
Cheesy, how about you?
You can find me on TikTok, Twitter, Twitch, Threads, Instagram, YouTube. I want to be putting out more content since writers and actors are on strike. It's a shame, but let's see if we can entertain some people that way. Communication Error podcast. All the things. Pay your writers and actors.
There we go. Well, we got the B-roll running of Mario Kart Wave 5. Sadly, guys, I have not even had a chance to play. Tears of the Kingdom is still yelling at me. Tears of the Kingdom is like, yo, remember us?
Josh not playing Mario Kart?
No, Josh is the only one that hasn't beaten Tears of the Kingdom then.
Yeah.
Wow, what a loser.
Sorry, guys. It's just adulting, I guess. But life's good. Just very busy, and but I'm getting to see the B-roll. It looks like a lot of fun. Crawler, this is you playing through the Grand Prix. What are your hot takes so far?
It's the opposite of Johnny's hot take, I guess. Which I like. The tour courses add interesting variation lap to lap, which I kind of have grown to enjoy. I was not super excited when they were heavily showcased early on in the DLC wave, but as we've gotten to play, playing Daisy Cruiser here right now, on it's a double dash course, but it's very basic. And the variation, the variation that you get in the tour courses are pretty fun. Like the Vancouver one is the last one of the next Grand Prix, and it features going through an ice rink 2 different ways. The way that similar stuff is utilized, and then different directions and pathing is showcased for the course. It adds some nice variation.
And Johnny, I'm kind of scared to ask.
Well, before we started recording, I said the tour courses are kind of boring, and I guess maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. I played through them once. I played through.
Wait. He couldn't admit that he was wrong. Did you hear that?
He just held off
But I played through the courses once. I haven't spent a ton of time on them. Daisy's cruise ship actually kind of confused me at first with the swaying tables. Like, I
Did you
didn't
not
know
play
what way to
Double
go.
Dash?
I mean, a long time ago. I don't remember what I ate for breakfast.
I feel like that's a pretty iconic part of this this track.
Yeah, how old is Double Dash? Like 20 years?
I don't know.
At least 2004. I don't know.
Yeah. Dang.
Yeah. Yeah, you're telling me you could remember everything from 2004?
I mean, I remember the tables moving and always hitting them. Yeah.
Same.
For some reason, I feel like
November 7th,
you did the
2003.
same gimmick in like Luigi's Mansion or something. Am I right? They do a similar gimmick.
Similar kind of thing, yeah. Tables move. I mean, ghosts possess them. It was a staple of the GameCube, you know. Tables
I'm
moving.
excited for the new characters. I played as Kamek through the first cup, and then as Wiggler through the second cup. And Wiggler turns all red when he gets hit by an item. Also, there are hilarious videos going around of people just doing Wigglers on Wiggler Kart races.
So we're going to do just Wiggler on Wiggler and Yoshi on Yoshi. Just
Yeah. Oh, I forgot about the Yoshi on Yoshi stuff.
yeah. So there are some. Well, Cheesy, what do you think? Are you liking it?
So I actually haven't played it yet. I usually play the new courses with my wife, but she's been so busy that we haven't even had time to try them out.
What a great Nintendo podcast you got here. Two of the hosts didn't even play the tracks.
It was like by 10 a.m. yesterday. I was like, I let you guys all know. I was like, I got 26 minutes of B-roll. We're good. And then none of you.
I was like,
oh, Johnny played a little bit.
They're out.
This track, this is the Wii one. It's from the
Moon
Wii.
View.
Moon View. I like it. It's very vibrant and colorful, and there's giant bombs driving on the highway.
Yep. I enjoy the road, like what they've done with the road, quote unquote, courses, like Toad's Turnpike and whatever the newer one was a little while ago. I forget what the name of that one is, but they feel a lot better. You don't feel you feel miniature in the 64 version of Toad's Turnpike, and this just you feel bigger and more in kind of control than you did in the N64.
Now, are you saying that because you played as PD Piranha?
Maybe.
Yeah.
He does take up a little bit more screen real estate than I'm used to.
Well, are you usually playing Boo though, King Boo?
Yeah.
And you're saying Petey's bigger?
Mm-hmm.
Huh.
I mean, the petals on the outside of his face take up a little bit more space. Speaking of fun PD Piranha rumors, the Lego set I think is rumored to be a piranha plant.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah.
It's gonna be affordable, cheaper.
Yeah, affordable. More affordable.
How does PD Piranha drive? Is he using like echolocation?
He's a heavyweight. Boo he's midweight, isn't he? I don't even know. I've gone onto the
I think he meant like
whatever.
actual how
does he drive? Same way how does Boo drive?
And there's babies driving. Like, you can't question this.
No. I'm just saying PD Piranha doesn't have eyes, so like it's probably like echolocation, right? Something
He
like
doesn't
that.
have eyes?
I don't think PD Piranha has eyes.
No,
No,
he doesn't.
Yeah, no.
Maybe it's in his mouth.
He's just living his best life, you know.
So I've been seeing a lot of people talk about how Squeaky Clean is their new favorite track.
It's a pretty good track. There's a few different, like there's a I don't know if it's necessarily a shortcut, but you can land on the sponges there as you're going into the bathtub, and then you go down the drain, which they didn't show any of the going down the drain part.
Yeah, that's awesome
in the preview stuff. So that's good. Are there screws in the drain? I don't even know what.
Somebody lost their engagement ring down there.
Oh, is that what's through the
yeah,
ring
it's like the little
two
shortcut.
items?
I think Peach flushed hers from Bowser.
There, there's a thing. I think I do it on the third lap. But the toilet has a geyser comes up, kind of like in the in the sand course, that like you have to take that to get to the shortcut, and it will push you up into a upper track that then launches you. So I think I don't know if it's because I was interested in first, or if it's a time thing, or if it won't happen on the first lap, but it's available on the second and third lap to take that option. I think it could just be timed. It could go away and then come back.
I also think the fish there is like a hint at flushing your dead goldfish.
Probably.
It's not a live cheap.
And these are towels. These are towels.
Yeah,
that
the
you're
towels
riding on.
are the road. It's a very charming course, but I don't understand. Like, we're normal size in the other tour courses, but here we're tiny. We're Ant-Man size.
I just saw cassette tapes. Like, that's a weird throwback.
You gotta jam out when you're in the bathtub.
Yeah.
What are you gonna put the tape in?
No, I think there's a tape player.
In your
But
car?
who has a tape player still?
Oh, this bathroom's a mess. Look at all the soap everywhere. There's toothbrushes. Like, it's a mess.
Yeah, so I
The
got through
toilet's
the toilet
shooting
geyser here. And
a
you can go
huge
up on
geyser.
the desk, or there's random stuff up there.
So there has been some changes to the game. There were patch notes that came out. I've been digging, trying to find out exactly what some of the changes are. The land ship, the Streetle, pipe frame, let's go, baby. City Tripper, Tanuki Kart, Koopa Clown, Master Cycle Zero, all had their ground speed statistic increased by a value of 0.25 by 1 point. Tanuki Kart, Koopa Clown, Master Cycle Zero, Circuit Special, B Dasher, and P-Wing have had their mini turbo statistics increased by a value of 0.25, which is 1 point. And Bandwagon, GLA, Kart, and Standard ATV have had their mini turbo statistics increased by a value of 0.50, which is 2 points. So
I'm glad that they're I mean, because there were big changes last wave as well. So I'm glad that they're doing some balancing on the cards.
So I just wanted to mention that Cryptic said that it's a bidet, which is hilarious if they would have had a toilet and a bidet.
But they sell them together now, so that could be what he's saying. It's a bidet toilet.
So some more balance changes. Cat Peach, Inkling Girl, Villager Female, Tanuki Mario, Inkling Boy, Villager Male have had their mini turbo statistics increased by 1 point. Metal Mario and Gold Mario, Gold Peach, Rosalina, King Boo, and Link have had their invincibility statistic increased by 2 points. Waluigi, Donkey Kong, Roy have had their invincibility statistics increased by a value of 3 points. Wario and Dry Bowser have had their invincibility statistic increased by a value of 4 points. And I assume the invincibility is like right after you get hit,
It's
not
gotta
necessarily like when you have your star. I don't think the star time.
Yeah, no, I think it's.
But that's also something interesting as well with the mini turbos. I didn't realize. I thought it was mainly Kart and Wheels that affected it. Are all those people weight class similar?
Yeah, it sounded like it was all like the middle weight. Like they were all kind of in the same weight class, the ones that you read off.
Tanuki Mario and Cat Peach, I believe, are heavies. I believe because of the cat suit, but I could be mistaken.
They're saying cats are fat.
I mean,
it just adds some weight.
Yeah, a little bit of weight.
I agree. What does this even mean? What are these? These are words.
Hopefully it means it balances it out a little bit better online.
I saw that the best setup, take this as you will, is Kamek in a pipe cart with the tiny wheels.
Yeah, they haven't gotten away from the tiny wheels yet.
I've been seeing the same thing. The thumbnail for the video that I'm currently on says the same thing. So I couldn't find these. I was searching for it and I couldn't find it, but I found a video that has literally like they cut out parts of the patch notes. So I don't know if I'm not sure where they were found, but
yeah, Nintendo makes it super hard to go find patch notes.
Hot Monster, and Ancient Tires have had their ground speed statistic increased by a value of 1 point. Off-road, retro off-road, Triforce tires, metal, gold tires, slicks, cyber slicks have had their mini turbo statistics increased by 1 point.
Hey, Johnny has those now.
I do. I want to announce that after 6 long years, Cheesy can't say this, but after 6 long years, I got gold Mario and the gold tires.
Oh, wait, the tires are the time trial?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I don't have those. Yeah.
Get good, loser. I honestly don't know why I took so long to do it. I guess I just didn't feel like doing it. It's not that hard. Like,
no, they're not.
And since the time trials are 150cc, it's not hard. It just takes some time.
The new characters, Petey Piranha, share statistics with Metal Mario, Gold Mario, and Pink Gold Peach, except for using large vehicle size instead of medium, and with the invincibility statistic increased by a value of 3 points. Wiggler shares statistics with Waluigi, Donkey Kong, and Roy, not Waluigi. It's going to be Wigglers on Wigglers all the time.
Wigglers on Wigglers.
Except for using medium vehicle size instead of large. And Comic shares statistics with Luigi and Iggy and uses medium vehicle size.
Nintendo could have tweeted the funniest thing on Wednesday.
What, Wigglers on Wigglers?
Because remember back in the day, I can't say it because it's not appropriate, but they accidentally misspelled Wiggler. And they could have corrected it. They could have done the funniest thing.
Just leaned right into it.
But I was
Wednesdays.
Have you ever gone back to look what Mario Kart 8 was like when it first launched on Wii U?
It wasn't double item boxes, which is so weird.
There's no double items. There weren't 48 courses. There only would have been 40, right? There's a 32. There's 32 courses.
Yeah.
I held on to I held onto that mushroom so long, hoping for a blue shell, and I didn't get one. I'm not good at that dodge yet, so I wanted it to happen.
We can practice anytime.
I know. I can set items and just do it.
So, well, anyway, there you go. Yeah, and I'm also seeing Kamek with sponge wheels in this video, not the littles.
Yeah.
So,
Koopa Cape on Mir was my it was a challenge.
The bane of your existence.
Yeah, that's the one that finally held me up when I was going through. I'd already done 150 first try, 200 first try, the first Mir first try on the first Grand Prix, but then this one held me up like 2 or 3 times right at the end.
This is one of my favorite tracks from Mario Kart 7. I'm so glad to see it make its way to 8. I really, really enjoy this.
This
track.
is from 7? I thought it was from Wii for some reason.
This is from Wii.
Oh.
But that is 7. That is 7, isn't it? Or is 7 on
7 is 3DS.
No, 7's on the 3DS.
This track is also on 3DS. So that's where I remember playing it far more than it, because I hardly played the Wii.
Yeah,
so,
and you can tell it's Wii because it has all those forgiving curves on the side because everyone was using motion controls.
Right.
Yeah, I kept bouncing off the walls.
Yeah.
Man, you're getting lit up right now.
Yep.
He's all red. That's funny.
Yeah, it's funny when Wiggler gets hit.
Yeah, I'm satisfied with this wave. Can't wait for the final wave to be out, and then we'll finally have a full Mario Kart 8 Deluxe.
What? This is kind of off the top of my head. What is a course that you think would be a great swan song kind of inclusion? Because we don't have. I'm thinking 64. Koopa Troopa Beach. Isn't that the one where you could take the waterfall shortcut through the mountain?
Yeah. That's a classic.
That is a classic. Like, that's why I think that one would be a really good one to include. But what is something you guys would want to see?
That's where my
I would love to see them. This isn't even a course for like racing, but if they added battle stages and added the block for it, just to
yeah, because we haven't seen anything for the battle mode, right?
Because they have statistics that no one plays it.
No one plays it.
People would play battle or block for it for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Within the patch notes too, I forgot to mention it, but 200 and mirror have been drastically reduced in worldwide and regional.
Oh, boo.
What do you mean?
In online play. That was always fun when 200 would pop up on online.
Oh, they randomly get it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think we need a Rainbow Road that we haven't seen. The Wii one is really good.
Just all Rainbow Roads next run.
Yeah, that would be a cool just Grand Prix would just be a Rainbow Road Grand Prix.
Well, and since like the final cup is the spiny shell, it's got to be some difficult courses, I would imagine.
True.
They also need to make Mario 64 Rainbow Road 3 laps. It's not that long.
No. Yeah, I would like to see. Yeah, I mean, they aren't going to change that. What most courses take 3 minutes to complete, and I think Rainbow Road takes half that time.
Yeah, it's probably around 2 minutes. It's not long.
And that on 64 used to take like 6 minutes, right?
Yeah, it was a long. It was, but I mean, that would be 6 minutes if it's 3 laps, right? It would still be there, but it just seems so much faster, and it's more fun this time around for than it was the last time.
Well, I think it's easier, right? Like I think the 64 Rainbow Road on 8 is easier than it was on N64.
Yeah,
I mean,
you're not
hard
flying off.
I don't know.
I think Josh, you had said last week you want to see, or maybe this was on a show you and I were doing on sometime last week, but you want to see Wario Stadium, right?
Oh, absolutely, yeah. Like if Wario Stadium and Koopa Beach both made it in, I would be really, really excited by that. When I think about
leave the shortcut to jump over the wall.
Yeah. When I think on past tracks, like those are the ones. I feel like this was very Wii heavy, which is, I mean, I think it's great. It's the most, it was the second most, or was the best selling Mario Kart for a long time. So it just wasn't one that I really cared all that much about. But I like seeing the tracks remade. Like like I said, I thought that was a 7 track because that's where I remember playing it the most, and was like, oh, I'm so stoked this is coming back. So it's great. That's fantastic. I think the 64. I also love what they do with the GBA tracks most of the time. Most of the time they end up being they end up being like pretty cool and not just so flat. It's not always the case. The Mario Circuit, they kind of just I think Mario Circuit, they typically on tour add so many different ramps and things that it makes it that much better.
Yeah, I don't know why they didn't do that in this case.
And maybe in the last wave, maybe that's what they do. Maybe they're like, and in this wave, we're also going to include the ramps that are in tour, and they're going to change up every track.
And just add randomization.
Just add some randomization to it, which I think would be, that would be incredible.
Reactive driving versus memorization would be great.
Yeah, and the thing is, I don't know if you guys have ever seen Rainbow Road on tour, Baby Park on tour, but they put one of those ramps right through the middle. Like the track is all of a sudden like interesting. It's not just this loop over and over again.
Don't bash Baby Park.
Baby Park, do 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 do.
Well, do we all want to guess the last two characters?
Why is this so like you've got a TikTok that's kind of gone a little viral, right? Talking about it.
Kind of, but I don't even know if I believe in it anymore. Like, okay, so I wanted Samus to be the last character since the whole row is just Nintendo characters. I think it would be cool to see just another outside of Mario property. But I do think that maybe Rob would be a good fit for that. If it's returning Mario Kart characters.
Ooh, I like that.
Maybe that's the last one that we see. And then I would like to see Pauline.
Yeah.
She's in the other sports games. It kind of makes sense. And she's in tour and her role in Mario Odyssey was pretty big. So I think it would be cool to see her in Mario Kart.
What if they just surprise us and just add a whole nother row?
That's what I was going to say. And I mean, I think Funky and Diddy are likely. And I think there's going to be a Kong-centric Mario movie track, maybe. Because it's already kind of set up that way.
Mm-hmm.
Driving around Kong Kingdom or whatever in Mario movie.
Mm-hmm.
And Funky and Diddy would make sense there. But yeah, if they could add, and if this is going to be whatever iteration moving forward on Switch 2, Switch Pro, Switch, whatever, Super Switch, whatever, and they just keep this going and this just becomes a platform to grow, then adding Rob, adding Samus, adding Zelda's not in there, right? So we need Zelda, Kirby. Like, yeah, just turn it into Smash. As long as we don't get all the fire. No,
go ahead and do that with 9.
No,
do that with 9.
Cryptic,
do that with 9.
Talking about Fire Emblem characters.
No, they need a way to promote Engage. So Smash is dead. So they gotta put it in Mario Kart.
Oh my goodness, that. I mean, what? I don't. What do you guys think this is the end of 8? Like, do they finally put the bow on it and they say it's complete, or
only if Kirby is a character?
Okay.
I think it's complete if we do see a new system next year.
I think it's complete either way. And I think it's kind of sweet because, we've already had Everybody 1-2 Switch as a sequel. We've had Tears of the Kingdom, and now it's going to be the complete Mario Kart 8 Deluxe experience. So they're just like wrapping up all of their games that released in 2017. And we're not going to get anything for Mario Odyssey, but we're getting Mario Wonder, and I think that's pretty cool. And Super Mario RPG.
I just real quick pulled up some MPDs. Japan last week, Legend of Zelda, Tears of the Kingdom, Final Fantasy, number 3, Mario Kart 8 Deluxe.
Wow.
Well, it was something like Japan had its best June ever for the Switch.
Yep, that is correct. Yeah,
6.5 years after release.
It's not a competitor to the Xbox.
It is a competitor. The judge says so.
The judge said so. Okay.
I'm trying to find UK numbers right now just to see.
How long does NPD take to come out with US numbers? Because I feel like we don't ever really see that.
Isn't it the third Thursday of the next month?
We just get it monthly, right? Not like weekly or whatever.
Yeah. And it should only be getting financials from Nintendo soon, because Q1 would have been over June 30th.
That's very possible. Yeah, that's very possible.
I love me some financial numbers.
Music Man Todd's thinking the same way you think, Josh. I think, didn't you say this is what they should call the next Mario Kart? Considering Mario Kart Tour Mario Kart 9, so the next one will be Mario Kart X.
I mean, potentially.
The 8 in Mario Kart 8 looks like the infinity symbol.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So what if they just
and
change
they have a
it
power up
into-
that's Crazy 8 as well.
Yeah,
What
why
if
don't they
it's
just change it into Mario Kart Infinite?
Super Mario Kart 8 Deluxe
Plus.
Well, didn't they just arbitrarily start adding numbers to Mario Kart? Like with 7, they're like, yeah, this is Mario Kart 7 now.
Yeah, basically.
So yeah, they could count Tour as 9.
Yeah, and they might go away from it altogether. It might just
A platform.
Be,
Mario Kart. Oh, they already have Mario Kart Live. Dang it.
Well, it's live
Is that
circuit, right?
Is that considered
10.
9? Mario Kart Live.
I think it would be 10.
Numbers are
wouldn't it?
arbitrary. They can make up whatever they want.
Like, yeah, if Tour counts, then that would be 10. So we're going into Mario Kart 11 now.
Yeah, that's interesting. Interesting to see what direction they go. And you have a game that's still in the top 3 in Japan,
where this console is that country's number 1 console.
and do they really walk away from it, or do they go, hey, let's do one more round of this?
They have to be wanting to get like the top selling console spot, right? Before they move on.
I mean, they could still do it
They-
after the fact.
If they adopt a DS principle
Mhm.
for the Switch and don't change, if the controller doesn't change,
Switch Pro.
if the controller doesn't change, if the cart doesn't change, they can iterate on the Switch, and they could, in essence, do what PlayStation 4 did, and what they did with the DS as well, and just come up with a new iteration of the same hardware and live in that generation for a while longer. And maybe they see it as an opportunity to bridge a gap. I hadn't even thought about this, but bridge a gap, go pro, quote unquote, bridge the gap, and then join Gen 9 when Gen 9 starts in 4 or 5 years. Because we haven't seen parity since 2001, right? Or when did GameCube end? GameCube ended in 2005 or 6?
Yeah, 5.
Mm-hmm.
I think.
That was the end of parity. And Xbox is committed to putting some of their new acquisitions on the Switch, or the Nintendo I don't even think it said Switch, right? Nintendo console, right? Isn't that what the verbiage they listed?
No, it said Switch.
Okay.
Did you see the big news today?
No.
What's the
So
news?
FIFA is no longer.
Mhm.
It's no longer called FIFA. They lost the
Yeah,
rights.
it's
to FIFA.
EA Football Club or something like that.
Yeah,
right?
but it has all the features on the Switch as the other.
Oh, they finally woke up to the fact that they were cheaping out on a game.
Yeah, it's no longer the legacy editions.
No, they just brought all the other ones down to Switch's level.
I mean, that's good. I mean, yeah.
Looking
that's
looking at what Nate says here, he says if a new Switch comes out next year, we will get a new Mario Kart. I mean, I totally understand that thinking. At the same time, I could see a HD deluxe version of this game launching with all the tracks as the complete package with the new system for 2 years, just to milk every last ounce of money.
I wouldn't be opposed to another 8 or what, 16 Grand Prix to come out or whatever. How many is
What?
it? 10? How many is it in a row? Is it 5?
Oh, I
5
don't know.
5 per
Well,
row. I don't even know.
there's 48 tracks.
Times 2,
There's
right?
there's 4 tracks per
So that's
cup.
six per row.
Yeah.
Music Man Todd wants some love from the movie course. He wants to see the movie course make its way into Mario Kart.
What the heck is the Mario Kart team doing?
What do you mean?
They've developed how many brand new courses have we gotten over the
Yeah, but are
5
they
waves?
doing it, or is it the tour team? I thought it was the tour team. Or are they different? Are they the same team? I don't know.
Nintendo developers are hard to nail down, right? Because they all work in the same building, and
No,
really
no,
have-
they've been holding on to a Mario Kart for years, just like they've been holding on to a 3D Mario for years.
I don't know that
They're
elephant
not gonna
technology.
They're not going to screw up the launch of whatever's next.
So it says the developer for Mario Kart Tour is Nintendo EPD, Bandai Namco Studios, DNA.
And who is develop? Does it say who's developing Mario Kart Wave DLC?
Let me find out. Let's see what it says.
The first year of the new Switch or whatever, the more powerful system, is going to have Mario Kart, 3D Mario, Animal Crossing, and a remake of Zelda.
That's the first year?
That's the first year.
You don't think Metroid Prime 4?
No, that game's never coming out. Maybe a Donkey Kong game. We haven't seen a Donkey Kong game for 10 years.
Well, so that's what I was thinking. Like, if they don't put in Funky Kong or Diddy Kong, the just disrespect that the Donkey Kong series has gotten on Switch is amazing.
And like Donkey Kong is popular right now because of the movie.
Mm-hmm. With supposedly a Donkey Kong movie being worked on.
Hey, we did see some Donkey Kong stuff. We saw Donkey Kong DLC on Rabbids.
We did, and that's like the closest that we've gotten to a Donkey Kong game on the Switch.
That's crazy. What are they doing?
What are they doing? This is a great question. And I can tell you, it was Retro, and they were told you got to go make Metroids.
Yeah, but like if these Retro, they released Donkey Kong Tropical Freeze in what 2013, I think. Then they get put onto Metroid Prime 4 in 2019. What were they doing for 6 years?
They were coming up with the plan for Star Fox Grand Prix. Just to get those rumors. Get those.
Like we haven't seen a Retro game on the Switch, right?
No.
Like I know we have Donkey Kong Tropical Freeze, but that's a port of a Wii U game. We haven't seen a Retro Studios game, which is like one of their flagship second parties or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And we've seen how many Xenoblades?
Okay, that's a good point. Cryptic said Metroid Prime Remaster.
What, 3 people needed to copy and paste that?
So Retro is the full developer behind the Wii U Donkey Kong Tropical Freeze. My gut feeling is that they were. Well, there was also that rumor, you guys, of a Donkey Kong game that was being developed by Ubisoft, I think it was, and then Nintendo brought it in house. I think. Let me see if I can find that. But
Retro was making Star Fox Racer or whatever.
Yeah, Grand Prix. Yeah, let me see if I can find that. If I can find the rumored Switch game, because it was it was something like Square or like it was an interesting. Here we go. Is this recent? Okay, maybe it's from Comic Book. Yeah. So the Donkey Kong game getting unveiled. Blah blah blah. I think they were. Yeah, this article's not helpful.
I mean, a
So-
Ubisoft game wouldn't be too bad considering they did the DLC and it actually worked pretty well. For a Rabbids game and getting Donkey Kong to work the way that they wanted him to, but for a Donkey Kong game, I don't know.
They were doing a remake of Donkey Kong 64, and they added in more bananas
Oh,
to collect
yes.
and more Kongs to switch to.
That's coming out soon on online. So just be ready for that.
So the rumor is this: Activision and Vicarious Visions was work started on the game in 2016, and then
For what game are we talking?
a new Donkey Kong, and then
Oh,
Shigeru
Activision?
Miyamoto.
Really?
Yeah. But the Vicarious Visions team,
They
in
turned it
particular.
into a first-person shooter.
Yeah. Well, it says Shigeru Miyamoto. This is again, it's complete rumor, grain of salt, right? Shigeru Miyamoto was overseeing the project and reportedly enjoyed what he saw. However, the game was eventually moved over to Nintendo EPD Tokyo in 2018, sometime after the release of the excellent Super Mario Odyssey. It is thought that the Donkey Kong game in development was a reboot of a 3D platformer rather than 2D, like Rare and Retro Studios' Donkey Kong Country series.
It's finished and they're just sitting on it.
It's a
It's also
launch
said
title.
the new Donkey Kong game is thought to be targeting Nintendo's next system, which would fit in Nintendo's plan to add a Donkey Kong theme attraction to Super Nintendo World.
But thinking about it, like if they could just bridge the gap and then join the next gen, like I was talking about, I think that would be exciting.
I mean,
Because
do they need parity though? Like they're selling the Switch like crazy, and it's extremely underpowered compared to the Xbox Series X and PS5.
which would have me be excited for what Nintendo could do with what they can already do with a underpowered tablet. I feel like we wouldn't have the issues that we have come from some other studios right now on the other systems. If they could, and it would look incredible.
I saw a rumor. I don't know if it was real. Probably not. But they said the next Nintendo console is named Nintendo Switch Wonder. And it's gonna launch with Super Mario Bros. Wonder, with Super Mario Bros. Wonder being the first native 4K Nintendo game.
So we're talking about 3 months from now.
Yeah.
Cool.
Oh, they're just going to do an HD remake.
It's gonna be your $10 upgrade path.
Yeah, it'll be no different than the PlayStation or Xbox this generation.
Okay, but wait. If we do get a new Switch, which we just got Tears of the Kingdom, but that's the first one. They usually have two, right? Within a year.
Wait, what?
If we get one,
like Switch SKUs.
Oh, we're getting a Wonder Switch. There's no
Oh
question.
yeah.
right. So what would be the point of them announcing a new console?
It wasn't real, cheesy.
No, and they won't announce a new console until April next year. Like,
No, it's gonna be. They're gonna announce the new console probably in October.
Of 2024.
No, of 2023.
no, they will not.
Ooh.
They have to do it. Like you can't just sit around being like, "Oh, this isn't a good time to announce it," because they have to do it sometime, right? You got to rip off that Band-Aid.
Rip off the Band-Aid after you've sold stuff through the holiday, especially if you're going to launch a Wonder Switch.
Could they be looking at the Switch though as more of a handheld system and going the route of when we get a new handheld? It was the span of like 8 years, right? Instead of a console, which is usually 6.
No, they said 10 at the beginning of this of the Switch.
Well, maybe then they're going to 10. I
But
really don't
lifetime
think.
Lifetime is shortened. The 360 was what, 10 or 12 years, something like that.
Well, lifetime means that
was-
it's just being produced, right? Like the
The
Wii had
PS2
like
was
a
out
life
forever.
yeah, like the Wii had like a lifespan of like 10 years, but that doesn't mean that it was the forefront system they had. Like they had the Wii U.
Ubisoft's
Come
still
out.
making Just Dance for the Wii. So Cryptic brings up an interesting point to chat about here. It says dream would be Microsoft allowed Nintendo to make a Diddy Kong Racing and Mario Kart crossover racing game. So I'm gonna take it a step further. If the Activision deal completely goes through, then get the Crash Team Racing guys, the Rare Racer rights, because that's what Rare refers to it now, and no longer Diddy Kong Racing.
Mhm.
And make their kart have the Crash Racing team make a Rare Racer. Now, if Nintendo could get on board with it, and it was a new Diddy Kong that just spanned between the two systems, because Diddy Kong Racing did come out on the DS after Microsoft acquired Rare. Maybe there's a chance there, or maybe Microsoft sees the value and just saying, "Yo, lend us this IP. We'll be the dev, you be the publisher." And
I
Who
want them to do
publishes-
that for Banjo.
Who publishes Sonic Racing?
the
It's
publisher's
Sega.
got to be Sega.
Oh, Sega, but who develops it?
I can find out.
And Microsoft was trying to buy Sega a while ago, right?
Mhm.
But I really want Nintendo and Microsoft to work together to make a Banjo game
Mhm.
because there was that tweet that Grant Kirkhope, or there was something where he said that they don't think that there's an audience for Banjo.
Yeah. Sumo Digital is the developer for Sonic Team, or Team Sonic Racing anyway. I don't know if they've stayed with the series the entire time, but
Are they owned by anybody?
they are a British video game developer based in Sheffield, England, and principal subsidiary of Sumo Group.
So they own themselves.
And they employ 1,100 people in 16 studios.
What?
I would say let's just combine Sonic, Crash, Rare Racer, and Mario Kart all together.
Yeah, that's the ultimate. That's the ultimate. Nate says
Well, that would
Nate-
be
Nate's-
like the
Nate's speaking blasphemy over here a little bit.
a real racer. I love it.
I mean, that would be like Smash Kart, right? If they were able to do something with
Yeah.
Smash, like Smash Kart, they could get third parties to come in like Smash Bros.
Well, and that would open up the door for, I doubt Conker ever sees the light of day again, but you never know. But to see some of those Rare Racers make their way over, if it was truly just Mario Kart Ultimate.
But Microsoft owns Conquer outright, right?
Mhm.
I mean, you see a better chance of Conquer coming back than Banjo.
No, I mean in a Nintendo kid-friendly Mario Kart game. I just don't know if Banjo would.
I want to see him dropping F-bombs.
Conker.
While racing.
Nintendo has to appeal to a more mature audience. All right, they're slacking.
They really are. Yeah. Maybe one day we'll mature, and then it will. Unlikely though. But I mean, there's this series, like the Mario Kart series, has so much brand equity and can pull so much weight that, like, any kind of team up with we got Sonic and Mario at the Olympics. Like, if Nintendo loaned out the Mario Kart IP for a crossover series, it would sell crazy, and then still have their in-house.
And we should have another Sonic Mario next year.
I thought they
At
break
Paris,
up?
right?
I thought it's just Sonic now.
I don't know.
Sonic at the Olympics? There's
What
no
was
more
the
Sonic and
what was the
Mario?
last Olympics?
Sonic and Mario at the Olympics was from like 2019.
I have
right?
Tokyo.
Well, it would have been 2020, right? Well, I guess. Well, maybe not.
I have
Didn't they
Tokyo,
delay it a year?
so that's 2020.
Tokyo, Mario and Sonic
Yeah.
at the Olympics.
So yeah, that would have been the last one. So no, I don't think they've broken up.
Did you hear they broke up, Johnny? Is that the?
I thought I heard that. Maybe I might be wrong. There is a rare occasion that I am wrong.
He reads the tabloids, trying to give us all the juicy gossip.
I want to. I feel like we talk about a new Switch every week.
That's kind of the thing to talk about right now, though.
What do you want to talk about? You want to talk about the Wii U?
All right. So you know what scares me? You know what scares me about the next console is people are letting them believe that they actually like the Wii U, and we're gonna see some like crap come from the Wii U that nobody liked. And we're gonna get TV back. We're gonna get Wii U chat back. They're gonna call it the Switch U.
Hey, if we get Street Pass back, I'd be down. Okay.
They should add Street Pass. That's why I want a more powerful system. It's like let's bring that back.
Well, they have a great opportunity for Miiverse. Yeah, Twitter's on the decline.
Or put Street Pass on the stupid app that we all have on our phone,
Mhm.
and let's do Street Pass that way. And
Yeah.
then integrate it into send your friends or whatever. Like you don't have to have your Switch with you to do Street Pass, but that would actually get people to use their app. Put the stupid mini games on the app or have them on your Switch, and then let's bring that back. Do it, Nintendo.
You know what? While you're at it, give us some things to unlock via Tour in Deluxe so that we have a reason to play Tour.
Hey, they gave me a stupid Poochie, whatever. What's the dog's name?
It's not Poochie. That's the Yoshi one.
Yeah. What's the dog's name from Pikmin?
Ochi.
Ochi. They gave us a skin in Bloom. I didn't have Bloom, so I downloaded Bloom, and now I'm like level 18 in Bloom.
These cross promotion things, they work all the time. At least on us, anyway.
Yeah.
I do want to point out I found an Onion article that says no more Mario and Sonic games. Bad news, gamers. Mario and Sonic at the Olympics.
That might have been what I saw. Oh, God.
Will be the last game, and it's from the Onion.
See, tabloids, Johnny. You gotta know who you're reading.
The Onion is a reliable source.
It's where Pikmin live.
Is that the Pikmin Onion? What is that?
I wasn't the only one that thought I heard something else from.
I thought he said Poochie.
I did say Poochie.
the chat's having their heyday there. So, all right, guys. Well, thank you so much for letting us chat about Mario Kart for almost the entire hour. Like that's unbelievable, but cool. Next week we probably will dig into the FTC stuff because we'll know for sure what's going to happen there, and if the Switch will be getting more Activision games, including Call of Duty. The articles that went up this week were kind of funny because it was like Call of Duty heading to the Switch. Never mind. Was the next day like it's not happening. There's an appeal. So
I just Madden. I know that's not. I just want Madden.
Did anybody else see Crawler Freeze right there? And it was like
you guys were all sorts of weird on my screen for a second.
Your eyes were like burning into my soul. I was like, dang, bro. So, all right. Well, thank you guys so much for being here with us live. We really do appreciate you. Make sure to connect with everybody. All of the links are in the description, and we'll see you guys in the next one. Bye now.